Strung home, passage. You can hear the fingers sliding on the strings. It sounds like someone working late at night. Sounds like someone working late at night. The world is loud, the feed is scrolling fast, building shiny monuments meant to never last. It's easy now to fake the way you speak, to generate a confidence that makes you look unique. I hear the voice, it isn't screaming loud. It's a quiet kind of shadow inside the noisy crowd. It whispers in the silence when the screen begins to dim. Do you really know the answer? Or are you just mimicking him? And read old Adam Smith today, he hit me in the chest. He said the prudent man puts his knowing to the test. He doesn't do it for the applause, he doesn't do it for the show. He studies through the midnight just to know that he knows. I'm not chasing cloud, I'm chasing the doubt. I'm burning down the fake until the truth comes out. The mud is deep, the hill is steep, but the foundation is real. It's not about the polish, it's about the way I feel. I want quality, not sanity, just a prudent man inside of me. I'm not chasing cloud, I'm chasing the doubt. I'm burning down the fake until the truth comes out. The mud is deep, the hill is steep, but the foundation is real. It's not about the polish, it's about the way I feel. I want quality, not sanity, just a prudent man inside of me. I post it in the open, I hang it on the wall, not to prove I'm standing tall, but to see if I will fall. If I can't explain it simply, then the knowledge isn't mine. It's just a borrowed sentence, just a stolen line. This studio is messy, yeah, PiDEAS is the ground where I document the silence before I make a sound. I'm building up the logic, I'm checking every beam. I'd rather have a messy truth than a perfect polished dream. It's not for the algorithm, it's not for the feed. It's the compass in my pocket, it's the hunger and the need to look the monster in the eye and tell it to its face. I earned this understanding, I earned this little space. I'm not chasing cloud, I'm chasing the doubt. I'm burning down the fake until the truth comes out. The mud is deep, the hill is steep, but the foundation is real. It's not about the polish, it's about the way I feel. I want quality, not certainty, just a prudent man inside of me. I'm not chasing cloud, I'm chasing the doubt. I'm burning down the fake until the truth comes out. The mud is deep, the hill is steep, but the foundation is real. It's not about the polish, it's about the way I feel. I want quality, not certainty, just a prudent man inside of me. One note at a time, one clean idea, less noise, more truth, less noise, more truth, less noise, less noise, less noise. It's not shame, It's my compass through the mud into the frontier.